Let's begin this hour in Hong Kong, and a speechless moment for Hong Kong executive Carrie Lam as she attempted to deliver her annual policy address but kept getting interrupted by protesters. At one point, the crowd shouted for her resignation. Lam eventually released a pre-recorded speech and addressed the violent protests.
We must reverse the prevalent pessimistic sentiments and stop the disorderly behavior. We have to put aside differences and stop attacking each other so that we can set sail again based on the values upheld by all.
Lam's speech comes just one day after the U.S. Congress passed 3 bills backing the protest movement. With all the latest on the ground in Hong Kong, here's RT's Michele Greenstein.
Wednesday morning, Lam attempts to begin her annual policy address as protesters gather outside. She's heckled by opposition lawmakers who bring a projector displaying the words 5 demands, not one less. Lam is forced to adjourn the address, and one by one, the opposition lawmakers, who call themselves the pro-democracy camp, address the press.
Today, you can see that our whole team, the pan-democratic camp, work jointly in order to tell Carrie Lam face to face our 5 demands. In the past 4 months, Hong Kong people have had a very difficult time, very, very tough time. However, our chief executive, Mrs. Carrie Lam, refused to respond or to resolve the problems.
In the afternoon, Lam broadcasts the address via video, the shortest annual policy address since the 1997 handover of Hong Kong. She insists that Hong Kong's social discontent is rooted in economics. She identifies housing, land supply, improving people's livelihood, and economic development as 4 areas of her government's focus this year. Among the 200-plus initiatives are building 10,000 units of transitional housing for those waiting for public housing in the next 3 years, a cash allowance for those who don't have public housing who are not already on welfare, 3 new subway lines, a targeted approach to reclaim privately held land for public housing use, and annual subsidies for families with kids in kindergarten, primary school, or secondary school, beginning with the 2020 school year. But I spoke with Carrie Lam, the chairperson of the Hong Kong Confederation of Trade Unions, an organization part of the coalition that organized this year's protest movement, who says that these new initiatives are not what the region needs. She would prefer that the Hong Kong local government meet the 5 demands of the anti-government protest movement.
I think no matter what she's trying to do about the new policy address, the responses, and I have been quickly look into it, I don't think that she can very much to change the current situation. Looking at the 5 demands, it's nothing talking about the money, economy, all these things. We are talking about something much more important than that, which is our own rights.
And online, anti-government protesters are not appeased, to say the least. With the weekend approaching, it's clear that Lam's annual policy address will not prevent the region's tumultuous protest movement from continuing. For In Question, Michele Greenstein, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.